Hello, my beautifully flawed people, flawed people. How y'all doing out there today? Oh my goodness, this is a beautiful day, beautiful fall day. And whatever day it is, this is the day that the Lord has made. We shall rejoice and what? Be glad in it. So, my beautiful people, I told y'all that I was going to be back for part two. Part two of Are You Being Filled? Okay, so jumping right. Matter of fact, let me do this first. Thank y'all to my subscribers. Thank y'all. Oh, we mighty in number. I'm up to 31 subscribers. That may not mean nothing to somebody else, but for those that have been rocking with me for a little while now, whether you've been rocking with me from the beginning or you just started, what part of the journey you started in, if you've seen one of my videos where I talked about I had 18, think I had 19 subscribers. So going from 18 to 19 to 31, I'm applauding y'all. I'm applauding y'all because y'all did that. Y'all did that for me. Y'all did this for this channel. And most importantly, y'all did that for God because y'all sending out these seeds, these little messages to help somebody and to encourage somebody. So I thank God for y'all. And like I always say, God bless you real good. My God, y'all just going to turn around and just get a supernatural blessing you wasn't even ready for. You going to be poured out a blessing that you don't have no room to receive. So I got to say that first before I get into this message. Thank God for y'all. Thank you for rocking with me. I really appreciate y'all. Y'all put a smile on my face. I couldn't believe it. I'm just praising God and thanking God for what he's doing. May he continue to bring these messages out here and we get more subscribers to support this channel. Also, I have put in the description box my email. If you would like to email me, you will find that email in my description box, not subscription, the description box, and you can find that email there. It's beautifullyflawed911@gmail.com. Oh, I'm just thankful. I am so thankful. So thank you all for your support. Again, it doesn't go unnoticed. It puts a smile on my face. And oh my God, I'm pretty sure God is pleased with it. We want to move this channel. We want to move these messages. Just as you need encouragement, I'm pretty sure your friend, your sister, your brother, cousin, somebody, friend, co-worker may want this message or need this message as well. So thank y'all for that. I just wanted to take the time to give y'all thanks for that and to say that I appreciate you, my beautifully flawed people. Thank you. So I said I was going to be back, honey. I said I was going to be back. And I'm back. So I'm back with part two. And it's just getting ready to bounce off of what I said in part one about love and being filled. And I spoke on my birthday message, my birthday celebration message that I did. I spoke on the 5 love languages. And I wanted to give y'all that. If y'all have never read that book, do yourself a favor. Get the book. Get the book. I mean, go on Amazon or matter of fact, or support it on their actual website, which I believe is the lovelanguages.com. Just put it in Google and find it. Google is one of my best friends to find something. So please go in and order that book and read that book. And the book is, the author of the 5 love languages is Gary Chapman. Okay. He wrote the book years ago. I've had the book. I don't know what happened to the book, but I'm getting ready to reorder it myself. Me and my daughters love, especially my oldest daughter, we love reading the book. Matter of fact, not reading the book. I'm sorry. Looking at it on the website. You can even take a test, I believe, on the website. That's how they have made it. The technology is so good. Back then we just had the book, okay? But now I think they even have a workbook, and they definitely have, I think, the 5 love languages for children now. And honestly, not to knock it, but I just don't understand the 5 love languages for children, because I think it's the same love languages, but maybe I could be wrong. Don't hold me to that. But I just use the regular book for my children, and I've been able to find their love language that way. It might be some difference in there, and I support it. If it's something that you want to do, get that too. If you got children, you want to learn how to love them in that way, do that as well. If you feel led to undo it. Also, if you feel led to get this book, because this is an awesome book. However, Dr. Chapman, I think he's a doctor too. I think he was a psychologist, and he wrote this book from, I think he was a marriage counselor or something like that. It's been a long time since I read the book. That's why I'm going to reorder it. But I spoke on what the 5 love languages was before, not in my last message, but the message before then, about my birthday. And the 5 love languages are words of affirmation, quality time, receiving gifts, acts of service, and physical touch. I'm looking down at my paper, and I went over the different ways you can show people love. Okay, so my last message, I talked about how when we want to be in a relationship with a particular person, or relationship in general, and how we love differently, and how sometimes we miss the cues because we didn't know about the 5 love languages, and really some people still don't know about it, or don't even really believe it, or discredit it in some way. But I believe it does work. I do believe it. I see myself in words of affirmation, because that's my dominant love language is words of affirmation. And my children see themselves in their kids. So I do believe that he did a great work in showing us how we love differently. And now we understand and have an understanding of how you love differently. So one of the things that he talked about in the book was your love tank not being filled. And that's kind of what I was speaking on in my last message, about people not having the capacity to fill you. Part of that is probably because they don't know how to love you correctly. And part of that is that's all they have to give. So so sometimes you have to understand that if that's all they have to give, then that might not be a situation you want to be in, because that's all they have to give. If their love is on pint size, and you're like myself and you 2 gallons, they would never be able to fulfill you, because they are giving you the best that they have. Now, if you're willing to take that, just know that there's going to be parts of you that will not be filled. Well, Dr. Chapman talks about that in his book, is that when we don't love a person on the way they want to be loved, according to the 5 love languages. So using me as an example, I'm words of affirmation. And if I'm loving someone that's most dominant love language is acts of service, and I never show him acts of service, then he doesn't feel fulfilled. All I'm trying to give him is my words of affirmation. Well, it do for me and it should do for you. No, that's not how they love. They can love you like that, but that their dominant love language is acts of service. So it's not what you say, it's what you do. And honestly, I believe it's both. It's what you do and what you say. I want to see both. I want your actions to match what you're saying, and I want what you're saying to match your actions. Hallelujah. I want both. Call me greedy. I want all the 5 love languages. Yes, in some form or fashion, I want all of them. But my dominant is, like I said, is words of affirmation. But if I'm going to love my person the way he wants to be loved, I'm going to show him acts of service. And honestly, if you love someone, you shouldn't have a problem with that. But what happens is, because we had lack of knowledge and we didn't know that people love differently, and we judge people because it looked different, we felt like what we were given was enough. No, it's not. And he talked about their love tank being empty. He used that word. Now, he might have revised the book and it might be different. But when I read the book, it was more about your love tank being empty, when the person doesn't love you to the point, the way you need to be loved. No, notice I said need to be loved. You need to be loved like that. That's how you love. And that person refused to give that to you. They leave you on empty. Or you refuse to love them that way. it leaves them on empty. And then you have problems with, and this is not every case, you have problems with infidelity in relationships because somebody will come along and love your person the way that you were supposed to love them. And now you mad. Well, I do this, I do that, and I do this, but what they needed and what they wanted you to do, you didn't do. Now, don't take me, please do not take me as saying that I'm giving room or I'm saying that it's okay to step out of a relationship. Never. But I'm telling you why people may step out. Not all people, because some people just doggish and they just gonna run over you and they not gonna be faithful to nobody. But I'm talking about good men and women stepping out. I'm talking about people that normally wouldn't step out on a relationship. And they step out. A lot of times it's because their love tank is not being filled. They're depleted. And after years of being depleted and having you could be like myself, I'm very verbal about how I feel. So if I'm verbalizing to you what I want and you still don't give me what I desire, now I'm taking that as an outright, you don't even love me to do it. You don't even love me to even try to do it. So sometimes it's not even that they're not, sometimes you're incompatible with a person because they are giving the best that they can and they loving you. Hallelujah. They're loving you with what they can, what they have. But your tank is bigger. Your capacity to love is larger. They're on this level to be able to love you, but you're on this level or this level or even this. Matter of fact, let's get up out the screen. They can't love you with that. They can't feel you. And a lot of people just don't know how. Maybe they upbringing, maybe they refuse. Some people refuse to grow. They go by based off of what they knew, what they know. But it's up for us to decide, hey, you know what? We gonna have to go our separate ways, because now I'm realizing that I was demanding something out of you that you couldn't give. Remember what I said about the overqualified. When you overqualified for a job, the reason why people will not hire you when you overqualify, because now you're going to demand your worth and we can't give it to you. Now, if the world understands that as a job, saying that I can't give you what you're qualified for, matter of fact, you overqualified. If I can't give you this, then I can't hire you. But what we do is try to force people into a relationship with us because we selfish. We want what we want. I want this person. And we force, or we try to force something that don't fit. It's like a puzzle piece. If anybody have ever done a puzzle, I'm talking about the puzzle with all the pieces, not the baby puzzles. We did them too with our babies when we had our children. But if you ever put a puzzle together and all the pieces look like they fit, you trying to figure out what fits and what don't, what you will find out is that when you're putting a puzzle together, you'll see a piece that looks just like it fit. Matter of fact, it actually seems to fit in that place that you're trying to put it in. It almost looked like it fit. And you're turning around and like, but something just don't seem right because it didn't fit flatly in there, but you kind of forced it in there. And you were like, that goes there. But as you continue to work the puzzle and you finally get to you realize, wait a minute, this piece actually goes here. And when you change the piece that you tried to kind of force in there that looked like it was supposed to go in there and put the real piece in there, it just go in there. It just, it meshes. You be like, man, that piece looked good. That's how we do with relationship. It looks like it looks good together. It looks like a perfect fit. But when you really get down into it and look at it, it don't fit. It just look good. but it don't fit. It's not compatible. It's not a good fit, but we'll force it because we want what we want. And we tired of waiting on God to send us somebody. We've been waiting for years, and I'm tired of, I'm waiting, Lord. This look good enough. And you got a straight counterfeit. It looked like the real money, but it ain't really the real money. And by the naked eye, you making fool somebody. But when they really start looking at it, when they put their marker on it, I don't know what color they take because I ain't never gave no counterfeit money, but they put their mark on it and turn black. I don't know what it really turns, but I'm just saying. And they looking at you like, this heifer done went in here and brought this counterfeit money, and this pen done told on you, sis or bruh. It look real, but it ain't. It look like it fit, but it don't. It seemed like the 25% when I was depleted and my account was in the negative. It seemed like the 25% that got me out the negative, but it really didn't put me in good standing. It didn't get me at 100% because if I was a battery, I'm supposed to work at the capacity of 100%, and you give me 25 when I'm depleted. That can still work that phone though. That phone will still come on and I can still work it. But before you know it, if after a while you worked it for a little bit, it's back dead again because it's not working with the 100% capacity that it normally would work at its best. So they come along. And they give you something because you were so depleted, you was in the negative, and they give you something, my God, they give you something that 25%, and you felt like you was full. You felt like you was on full battery until you realize you keep dying out, until you realize they can't be consistent, until you realize they can't keep their word, until you realize they don't even call you, until you realize the date stopped. Until you realize that what they said they could be to you, they are no longer being that. They can't. Because their capacity to love you was never, it probably won't even the 25%. But that's what they gave at that particular time. And so at the end of the day, they gave you what they could. But then when you realize that your capacity to hold more and to need more and want more and desire more, they not able to feel that. And what we do instead of observing the situation and saying, you know what, you're a good person. I understand you're 20, you got to say it like this, but I'm just speaking to y'all like it's 25% ain't gonna do. I'm realizing I want more. And I've heard people say that when it comes to, I realized I wanted more and they couldn't give it. And it's hurtful because when you invested your mind and your energy and your time into a person and you feel like that they would have been the perfect fit had they been able to give more. But I can't deny, I have to choose me because they're getting ready to be a time where you have to choose yourself over other people. And be okay with it. And it's okay. And it's okay. Because sometimes they may not be wanting to let you go. But some people you have to let go. Because you realize they just cannot love me. They can't give me what I need. And it's okay to say you need more. It's okay. Somebody needed to tell you that it was okay for you to need more. It was okay for you to know your worth. It's okay to choose yourself. It is not selfish. It's okay to let them go. It's okay to choose you. It's okay to love you and know your worth and say, you know what? I may not want to be single, but I don't want to be desperate either. I may not want to be single, but I don't want to settle for less. I don't want to settle for the counterfeit if God got a promise for me. I'll wait. I'll wait on God for that. Because I know in waiting on him, I'm not going to be disappointed. Will it be perfect? No, but he going to fill my tank. She going to fill my tank. I ain't got to be walking around here on E And when we go through our problems, instead of running from it, we address it head on like mature adults. We boss up. We don't run for problems. We don't ignore. We head on. I'm going to tell you something about people. And sometimes it's okay. In some cases, it just shows a character flaw. You know, in this generation where we ghost people, we ignore people, we don't even respond to people. Sometimes you can do that for your mental health. Sometimes your mental health, you need that. So let me put that grace out there. Sometimes we have to choose ourselves. So this is not one of those situations where there's different situations and different scenarios. We can't just group everybody together. Okay. There are times for your mental health and for your well-being, you have to choose you. But some people, it's a character flaw. It's just a straight character flaw in them. Whatever that may be. But at the end of the day, whatever it is, because we may not know what we're dealing with, whether it's a character flaw or whether that person is just choosing peace of mind or choosing to choose themselves first. Whatever the case may be, it doesn't even matter. Choose you still. Because at the end of the day, we have to heal too. There's some areas we have to heal. And realizing that healing is a journey that may never end. What I mean by that, when I say never end, you're always going to be on a journey to get better and better. I believe there is a time and a season to heal some things that's deep-rooted childhood wounds that you want to address before getting into relationships. And this is the reason why some people cannot love, their love is not stretching. Their love is actually stagnated. Whether they even can love at all. Some people are numb and null and void. They can't even really love. And what they're giving you is just what they think or what they've seen. And it's not even coming from their place of love. I talked about the stony heart, how God wants to give you a heart of flesh. And that was the onion message when I talked about God wants to peel you like an onion. Because some people's heart is hard. You got a stony heart. Your heart is like brick. Nobody can get it because you have allowed bitterness and hate and all kinds of stuff to enter into your heart, being heartbroken and heart sick. And the Bible talks about hope deferred makes the heart sick. This is the reason why God said, guard your heart, not stonewall it, guard it. Discern people who to give your heart to, because everybody doesn't deserve your heart. Everybody doesn't passing out your heart to everybody. Everybody doesn't deserve it, especially when you have a big heart like I do. Everybody, now I've learned as I gotten older that to guard my heart, that I'm not going to let you in. You have to earn getting in here. And I know that sounds crazy. I mean, to somebody say, what do you mean earn? What I mean is I'm not giving it to everybody. That's what I mean. Not that I'm making you work for it. Because I'm not doing that. But I'm not making it easy for you to get in here. And then I don't know and I don't discern you correctly. Then I give you the authority in my life to hurt my heart. When no, you don't get that. Where I was passing it out when here you go. Because as a Christian, we just love everybody, love your enemies. But they didn't teach us guard our heart, though. And what that looked like. That you don't let people just walk all over you. Like I told you, my grandmother said, I'm not getting ready to lay down and let you walk all over my belly. I'm not getting ready to be a doormat for you because I'm a child of God. Me being a woman of God and a daughter of God, of the Most High, Jesus Christ being my Lord and Savior, does not mark me to be mistreated. And people get that mistaken. Oh, I thought you was a Christian, but I wasn't a fool. And what you think is irrelevant. It's what my Father thinks about me. And long as I know that I'm doing something from a good heart and a good posture with Him, I don't care what you think about me because I won't let you manipulate me and control me and use me. You don't get to do that because I'm a child of God. And that's coming from anybody, not just a romantic relationship. I'm talking about all relationships. All relationships are on the table. All the relationships are to be searched out. Business relationships. I'm talking about even your fellowships with your church members. Because everybody is in a different place on their walking on this journey with God. And people, we're like a hospital. Everybody is in different places. Some folks is in intensive care. Do you gonna trust a person in intensive care with your heart just because they in the church? They just got up. They in critical condition. They trying to get out of critical condition. That's who you gonna trust? We gotta be discerning. And if you don't have the spirit of discernment, ask for it. Because as children of God, there are gifts in the Bible we can ask for. God will give it to us. We have to learn how to discern people, even people that call themselves Christians just like ourselves. We just don't pass out our heart to everybody. Guard your heart. And it's taken me some time to learn these lessons. So when I talk about this healing journey and saying that it never ends, meaning that you'll be learning something that will heal more and more of you. Because see, the broken pieces that you think you are still like that puzzle piece. It's being put back together. Each piece into the full puzzle is whole again. And you know, just like a puzzle piece, you could break off a piece, but you can still put it back together. The pieces didn't go anywhere of you. They may be scattered. They may seem like they're lost, but they haven't went anywhere. It's just like the clay. The potter, which is the Father, does not throw away the clay, which is you. He breaks it back down and builds it right back up with the same product and material and pieces. It's still you. I know y'all gonna enjoy this message, and I want y'all to like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I want you to like. I want you to comment if you dare. Tell me how this message blessing your soul, cause this message is good, and tell me if you want more, cause there's more where this come from. Cause relationships can get deep, man. Oh my God, they can get deep. And when it comes to matters of the heart, we don't know it all. In the matters of the mind, oh my goodness. And I always say, how much do you think your heart can take before your mind break? Listen to that. Because your mind and your heart is one of those connected things. Your heart don't pump unless your brain say so. Things that are functioning in your body, the way they're pumping your lungs to breathe, all of that happens in your mind, in your brain. So those two things work together. So you got to protect your mind as well as protect your heart. You can't let everything get in your mind. You can't let everything get in your heart. Because it'll play with you. And the enemy loves to play with our minds and deal with our minds. So when I say, how much more do you think your heart can take? Because when you jump from one relationship to the other, or one situationship to another, you just keep breaking your heart. And this is the reason why they got shows like Snap in 48 Hours, baby. You one DM short of somebody snapping on you, playing with people. And this is for folks that be playing with folks' emotions. We have to understand you can't play with people. You got to understand that mental health is on the rise. So many people cannot take it because children are raising children nowadays, and it's a whole bunch of people. The Bible say men would be lovers of themselves. People don't even love like they used to. You have to be so careful out here when it comes to matter of the heart. People are killing, domestic violence on the rise. You have people killing each other. You have people hating on each other. You got people beating you, all kinds of stuff, backbiting, slandering, lying. stealing, killing, all because of matters of the heart, all because of what's going on in the mind. Feeling like you can't live without a person because they broke up with you. Feeling like you don't want that person to have anybody or live because you can't see yourself without them. That's matters. That's what the devil plays with, is your mind. As if it's over because you, and that goes back to the capacity to love, because that's not real love. For you to want to take your own life or you to take somebody else's life, that's delusion. That's delusion. Because love, when God talks about love, love covers a multitude of sin, that no matter what you did to me, and even though I'm hurt that you broke my heart, I pray for you. I love you, and I kiss you, and I say goodbye because I'm going to choose me. And you go ahead with your life because I love my life enough, because I'm not getting ready to go to jail for you. I'm going to learn to love me enough to let you go even when it hurts. The capacity to love. You got to sit in that seat. Remember, I talked about how when you jump over to the other side and you out of the will of God, you now step onto the enemy's playground. I believe I said this in my birthday message about how we had, as children of God, we had that hedge of protection around us. My God. And the only way that the enemy can really get in is if God allow it. But what happens is we jump out of the will of God. We jump over that fence and that boundary that he set for us, and we go over there. Now you with Pookie or Jody, or you with Sally Sue, Betty Jane, or whatever, Mary Jane, and God ain't even said that was your wife. God didn't even say that was your husband, but like that puzzle piece that look like it fit and don't fit, and you don't even know they ravishing wolves, they wolf in sheep clothing, and they narcissistic, and they manipulative, and they getting ready to take you for everything you got emotionally, and some financially, some physically. But when we stay in the confines of the safety of the Most High God, and we obedient to him in his season and in his timing, he'll send you that person. And not only romantic relationships, he'll send you friendships. Come on now. See, we always think it's about romantic relationships when it's about kingdom purpose, and kingdom purpose is even friendships. That's going to motivate you to hit the next destiny. Ain't you tired of friends that's jealous of you? I know I am. Ain't you tired of friends that don't push you, that don't see the greatness in you and lift you up? Ain't you tired of getting into partnerships, business partnerships, and folks they have the money for the mortgage of the building, and they said they would, they done signed the contract with you, and now y'all both going down because of one person? Ain't you tired of business relationships like that? Or not being able to trust somebody to have a business with? Because your husband ain't always, your wife ain't always got to be your business partner. God will send you business partners that you don't even marry with, but y'all married in that business together, and y'all do business well together. That's kingdom for the kingdom purpose. If that's what God wants y'all to do, kingdom partnerships. We don't always got to do, but we love to do business with our family, but our family would be the most ones that disappoint you. We talking about relationships here now. How you can ruin them and how you can build them. We have to stay in the confines of what God say. We got to ask God, okay, this person want to go into business with me. Would this be a good idea, Father? And Father say no. Well, I prayed about it, and I'm going to have to say no. I'm going to have to respectfully bow out of this. And, yeah. That's just what it is. Sometimes we just have to let our yea be yea and our nay be nay. I love you, but I just cannot do business with you. This is not what, I'm not getting a yes on this one. We're going to move. I'm going to move accordingly. And if it's meant for you to have a business partner, God will send you the right business partner. If it's meant for you to have that husband, he'll send you the right husband. If it's meant for you to have that wife, he'll send you the right wife. If it's meant for you to have that friendship, he'll send you the right friendship. Friendships, you don't got to be looking over your shoulder because you think they're going to stab you in your back. You ain't got to be scared to go on vacation with. They got your back. They cover you. They casa you. What I have on my wrist, I know y'all can't see it. They casa you, which is the Hebrew for covering. I don't uncover you. I cover you because I love you. Truly love you. And when you truly love somebody, you cover them and you protect them in their weaknesses and in their strengths. Baby, when your slip is showing, I don't tell everybody. When your crown is crooked, I straighten it without bringing everybody over and letting them know your crown is crooked or that you're doing something wrong. I pull you to the side and I correct you in love. And I always say, if I have to have a friendship where I can't say or tell you the truth, we can't be friends. Because I expect you to tell me the truth. And I don't want a friend that won't tell me the truth in love. I'm not talking about the ones that call it keeping it real and they really trying to hurt you. I'm not talking about them folks. I'm talking about someone that will pull you aside. Come here. Come here. Your slip showing. Come over here for I can fix it. Because I don't want you to embarrass yourself. That type of friend. Not somebody gonna put you on blast because they secretly been jealous of you. I had a message. I have a lot of messages talking about them 20-year friendships plus that y'all need to let go. Yep. Because they can't go where you're going. Matter of fact, they have held you back a lot and you didn't even know it, giving you them bad advices when you... and talking to their other friend that you don't know about you. Yeah. They have. So it's about relationship and the capacity to love. And when you don't feel my love tank, when you can't appreciate me as the difference that I am from you, we can appreciate each other's differences. We can agree to disagree. It's about maturity and coming to a point where we can love each other, tell each other. And see, this is the most offended people in the world to me seems like the people of God, that you can't tell them nothing. But my Bible tells me if you have an ought against your brother, go to him in love. So I shouldn't have to talk to Sally Sue about you because I can't talk to you. I should be able to bring my ought to you and tell you, hey, sis, I don't like the way you spoke to me the other day and I thought it was disrespectful, whether it was my thought and I'm wrong or not. I'm bringing it to you in love. But now we done fell out with each other, had a whole argument because I couldn't be truthful with you because you offended. It's about relationship, y'all. And I'm going to end on that note because time is winding up. And I don't want the messages to be too long, but I hope that you enjoyed this message. And if need be, I'll expound on it some more in the next message, or I'll depend on what the Father gives me. But my beautifully flawed people, until next time, like, share, subscribe, comment if you dare. And I'll see y'all beautifully flawed people next time. Mwah.